C'est impossible!
Personne n'avait réussi avant toi. Tu es incroyable.
How dare you? I cannot believe the audacity.
Like, the nerve the show even had of just saying, oh my god, no one's ever done that before. Again, please stop making me defend Chloe. Anyway, assalamu alaikum, my dear sweet brothers, sisters, and viruses of the internet. My name is TVC. Ramadan recently just ended, but I still like this kind of intro thingy, so I might keep it, who knows. But yesterday was Salah, Eid, and oh my god, I think at one point I just forgot that I needed to review this episode, and I just kept pushing. I procrastinated the procrastination, but I feel it in the universe that this is gonna be a 15-minute video. I feel the vibes, I feel the energy in the air, so let's put that spirit and energy back out there. This is gonna be 15 minutes long. Pray for me. But you already seen the videos, you already know how long it is, and it's this kind of ramblings that make these videos really long. Anyway, you know the gist. New merch, Miraculous Love Square. The code is no longer valid, so you gotta pay full price now. Cheapskates, you should have used it when I told you to. So we have Miraculous Ladybug Season 4, Episode 3, Gang of Secrets. I am nailing this. I always feel like I'm gonna forget partway, but I don't. So we are dealing with the aftermath of the last 2 episodes, which was Truth and Lies. Both Ladybug and Cat Noir are now single Pringles, and it's already been established that they're not going to experience happiness anytime soon. Oh my goodness. And Ladybug is taking this to another degree. Like girl needs to tone it down just a bit. Cat Noir being all smart, say, oh, I know where we can go and do blah blah blah, and then it was like the movies, and it's like she literally stood there, waited for him to buy a ticket, dragged her in before she said this, and it was like a romantic comedy or something, and Ladybug was just going off. Like the secondhand embarrassment I felt here, I was like, this is why when the English dubs come out, I still don't watch it, because I don't want to relive this. And at least with the like French version, I don't really know what's being said, so I can just fast forward through the subtitles. But I didn't even want to watch the animations because I was like, girl, let other people enjoy romantic stuff. But she was like, no, if this was actually real life, the girl will want the guy, but she can't be with the guy because she has a secret, and the secret will tear them apart, and they'll be not happy. She was telling the audience, just watch action movies. Romance is dead. And I'm like, oh boy, she needs help. Like, ooh. Now I see it. It was the beginnings of the mental snap. Like, she just could. Like, this whole episode was just us going, yeah, she needs help. And everybody was like, Ladybug, are you okay? I also forgot to mention in the last episode, Lies, we saw like people kind of liking Cat Noir, kind of taking pictures with him. It was just a little thing, but I really appreciated it because the show goes out of its way to say Ladybug is the celebrity. People love Ladybug, but nobody bats an eyelash when Cat Noir is there. And the fact that they did that was really cute. I forgot to mention it, even though I really liked it. And here, it's like they just walk around so they don't get mobbed, even though they save the town literally every day. But they still can function, but still have that kind of celebrity status. But here's the thing. Are they as popular as Jagged Stone? Because I'm pretty sure Jagged Stone can't walk around in normal public without people fawning over them, but these two can, even though I feel these two play a much more important role than Jagged Stone. But I guess that's kind of emblematic of society. I hope I used that word correctly, because I don't know what it means. Emblematic. I'm so smart. I know words, but I don't know what they mean. It's kind of like reflecting real life where we value nobodies over people who actually do stuff, like policemen, firefighters, doctors, people who actually risk their lives for us. But no, we're gonna camp outside stores for video games or like celebrities, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just I kind of like how that's a little bit reflected. The people who do value it do, and the people who don't. And yeah, this part was weird. Ladybug went to a swimming pool for some reason. Like, she's going so overdrive, and she's like kind of rejecting her Marinette life. And you can kind of see that divide where, yeah, it's still Marinette, but she's like if I can't be happy, then I won't be Marinette. And I think it's kind of like being Marinette is so painful for her, because being Marinette, there's so many things she has to give up. Like she had to give up Adrian, she had to give up Luca, she has to give up hanging out with her friends, she has to give up like hobbies and stuff just to be Ladybug. And it's finally starting to break her. Like we saw it at the end of the last season, season 3, but they really ramped it up here. And I felt bad because she's not demanding people feel bad for her. She's kind of doing it on her own. It's like she's self-destructing, which is a realistic way for people to kind of go down that rabbit hole of depression. And like it's realistic, let's say that. And the Kwamis wanted to break down the board, and she was like, no, it doesn't bring me sadness, it's my friends. And it's like, yeah, but it's making you sad, and I think it's better to remove the object that's causing you depression. But then again, you're just ignoring the problem, which is worse. And she just needs help, but nobody can help her. The only person who she could even talk to is no longer here, Master Fu. And even in here, she like Cat Noir can tell something's wrong with her, and he was like, if there's anyone else in Paris who knows what you're going through, it's me, so open up to me. And she just can't, and it's so frustrating. Even though, let's be honest, he cannot fully understand because he's just a layer below her. She's the master now, because even without the whole master thing, we knew the whole inequality, but this season is kind of like trying to put them toe to toe, so I respect that. But she's the master now, and it's causing even more problems. Whereas if Adrian was the master, nobody barges into his room, nobody comes to see him, so he can sit down and chill with the Kwamis all he wants. So there's that. And her friends, everybody has thoughts on them. Whose nails are this? Oh my god, is that? No, that's Julika. Oh my goodness, I didn't know she had white nails. Her friends, a lot of people have a lot of opinions about them. Some people love them, some people hate them. I don't think they're trash, as some people have said, but I think they're kind of nosy. I don't like how much they push Marinette on Adrian, even though, if you remember the New York special, she actively tried to get over him, but ALYA was like, no, you still love him. They try and overstep boundaries a little bit, and I remember some people saying, oh, her friends kind of kiss the ground or worship the ground she walks on, because she can be actively horrible to them, flake on them and stuff like that, but they still forgive her. And I was like, yeah, maybe it's a teenager thing, maybe, I don't know if it's the writing, but I feel like her friends also have bad traits, so they're like, they kind of belong together, and they've been through so much. But ALYA is kind of the new addition. Makes me wonder, were they all this close before ALYA became a part of the group, like Marinette with them? Or is it because she became friends with ALYA, they all became friends? Or is it just like, this is a new class? But I guess, no, Marinette has only been in the same class with Chloe, okay, ever since like middle school or something. So her friends are really prying into her lives, like, oh my god, why didn't she tell us that she broke up with Luca? And Julika, and ALYA was like, if Julika hadn't found out from Luca and told Rose, who told Milen, who told Alex, who told ALYA, they never would have found out, and ALYA is her best friend, so something is wrong. And girls, I get your heart is in the right place, but you cannot force these things. Maybe it's a teenager thing. Like, even if I was a teenager, I think I would have reacted this way. So they try to call her, and she's like, no. But then Tiki, she's still transformed, and Tiki is gonna die. So it's like, hey, detransform. The Kwamis are like, can you let Tiki out? Because the Kwamis don't know Marinette, Tiki does. And they feel like, okay, Tiki is the only one smart enough to help her. But as Tiki said, we don't experience love, so we have no idea what you're going through. And I'm like, bullshit. Pag loves Tiki. You cannot take that away from me. One of the only confirmed ships in this show. And then Marinette kind of goes on a rage that she'll be Ladybug forever and transforms right as her friends came. And for a second, I was actually afraid ALYA would see her, and I was like, oh, is this how she found out or something like that? But just in time, she detransforms, and Tiki hides. Like, we're talking split seconds. And her friends kind of like, hey, we did this thing, secrets, can you help us? And it's like, he kind of trying to force her to say the secret. I guess from the friend's perspective, they wanted her to tell them she broke up with Luca, but Marinette was thinking, oh, they're onto me, they know I've been keeping things. And she kind of exploded because they nearly, wait, why isn't this thing updating? Oh no, don't tell me this thing crashed on me. I don't want to press play, they'll claim the video, but I gotta risk it for the biscuit. There we go. Imagine the whole video gets taken down for that. But Rose has an accident, almost like breaking the doll. I was like, what? I understand Marinette is creative, but like, girl, put that thing under your bed. or something, like a drawer or something, but she's creating a dollhouse, and it's like, you babysit children, they're gonna want to open it. So she kind of explodes on her friends to get them to leave because the dollhouse is falling apart and she doesn't want to reveal the secrets. And Master Fu had his jukebox on full display when people were passing by, and nobody knew, okay, this thing housed Kwame's. So people can just see this and she can say, hey, I'm doing a Zodiac project or something. I understand she's still a kid and she's taking things so seriously, but literally just put that thing down there or somewhere over there. Or that's her bed, right? There's so many places I could have just chucked this thing and nobody will be the wiser. I could just say, hey, my aunt from, like, didn't she come back from Shanghai? Like, oh, my aunt sent this to me, and they'll try and click it and you're like, no, it's literally just a decoration. It does nothing. And you'll be fine. What the hell is this doing here? I have thoughts, but I'm not gonna share them because this video will be too long. But whatever. In olden times, when I read romance books, people don't really have bathrooms or whatever, so they kind of clean up with stuff like this, and it's like implied that, oh, they don't shower every day or something. And it's like, okay, why do you have that there? That doesn't that make it messy? There's no like faucets and stuff. Like, is this kind of like her bathroom area? Do they not shower? Like, I'm sorry. I wish I could explain to you what's going through my head, but it's impossible. These stairs are long. These are long stairs. So Marinette says some mean things and her friends leave, even though I think ALYA can tell, okay, something's not right. And the whole thing falls apart. And then the Kwamis come out like, guys, stay in the box. Don't stay in the box. Don't make Marinette turn into Master Fu. I think there's a Pokemon joke somewhere in there. And her parents were like, hey girls, what's wrong? And the girls just kept quiet. I really thought the girls would forgive her or whatever, because again, they're kind of doormats, but they're just so sad and they don't know what to do. And Hawk Daddy just coming in there and not allowing teen angst to pass. Like, Hawk Moth must know all the gossip of Paris. He'd make such a good trashy tabloid person, like a drama channel. He'd already know what's going on, but like as soon as it happens, send out the Akuma and write the blog post. He'd make so much money. And her friends are kind of like moping around, and I think Mylène blames herself. And here's the thing, with Mylène, I was so confused. I was like, is she like the hippie of the group? I don't want to say like she has dreads and she wears trash in her hair. That's not it. She just has a very eccentric kind of style. But then I saw her hands and everything. I was like, wait, those are thin. But Mylène has always been shown to be the cute chubby girl, and we love a thick queen. But here is like, okay, is her model off, or was she just like a thin girl with like big boobs and hips and stuff? Again, we love a chubby queen. So her friends are sad, and they're playing up the whole nobody can hear or understand what Julika says. And Hawkmoth akumatizes them. I for a second thought we'd get new designs, but no, it's their old villain outfits. But whatever. But it is kind of a good thing. Like, well, back in season 1, each of them individually were hard, but them combined, like, seriously, Princess Fragrance was one of the toughest villains. And I don't know how you can combine all of them again, because don't forget, they combined these bitches in Felix, and nothing happened. But for the record, I know I can curse now, but I like how I kind of toned it down a bit. And everybody here talked except Alex, or I think Alex, Mylène, and Julika talked, even though Julika mumbled. God damn it. I love that joke. I don't know why. I wouldn't... Maybe they'll do it in season 4. But it's kind of cute. I like the joke. So we got the gang of secrets who really want to know what Marinette's secret is. And I like the theme because Hawkmoth kind of is like, okay, I need to get the truth. I need to know who these people are, because he's known all the other heroes who they are. So with Hawkmoth, it's kind of like, okay, if I can get their identities, if one of these heroes can get them to break, even though I don't win the day, I still know who they are. And that's something I feel like that's kind of like Hawkmoth's game plan this season. Again, I like the thematic consistency. I had somebody ask me, the Wise Group Gaming, she asked me, hey, I'm sorry that this episode got spoiled for you, but how is it for you watching everything in order instead of watching things like sparsely? And I'm like, everything seems so thematic and fits so well. I even though there is spoilers, I think I should have to accept the fact that that's gonna happen. Even when like shows come out like Steven Universe, some people know what happens before you because different time zones. But right now I'm seeing everything fleshed out organically. I'm seeing like the trails of everything. We saw Marinette's perspective, we saw Adrian's perspective, and now we're seeing the repercussions of everything that's been happening. I wonder if we'll get another Adrian episode after this one. I think episode 4 is out. I try to watch an episode and review it before I watch the next episode, so my thoughts of that episode is concise. Even here, before I reviewed this, I had to just go back and scroll through everything so I wouldn't talk forever. But I already feel like I've passed the 15-minute mark. But I like the thematic consistency so far, and everything feels so grounded and real and organic, and I really liked it. And even the end had a payoff for me, even though I knew what happened, so that's really good. Like, why did she put it in here? She had to press like ding ding dong, like ding ding dong, exactly like Master Fu, and you wouldn't get it until you get it. So why was it there? And then she hit it right before ALYA showed up, so that's good. If Hawkmoth had seen the box, would he have known? Because did Hawkmoth see it transform? Yeah, I think she saw it, the new version of it, when Ladybug got the box. So if Hawkmoth saw it with her, I think she could just say, oh, I saw it with somebody passing by in Paris and I wanted to recreate it, even though it's kind of like a messy lie still. And we saw another Kwami use their powers without a holder. And this also has a payoff in a few scenes, which is really good. And Trix and Waze was like, oh no, you can't use your powers without a holder. And she was like, my powers, wait, do you even know Trix's gender? Anyway, they were like, my power is illusion, so whatever damage is caused is an illusionary damage. And I was like, I love you. We should have you on board. You don't need a holder. You're perfect. We've seen a lot of this dog Miraculous. Waze has burnt marks, blush, whatever. So they use their power and it creates an illusionary Marinette, which the gang go after ALYA. Whereas the real Marinette is there. She transforms. This is like the second sad transformation she's had this season. Like, I haven't seen a happy Marinette transformation. So yeah, this is when they explained that, yeah, my damage is only illusionary. And all the comments are like, I love it. I actually love it. She's like, ah. Oh, there. Sorry. Don't know the gender. But I really think Trix is a he. But they, just to be safe, they're like, nah, her Miraculous Ladybug will fix it. Like, why are you guys angry? Literally, they are causing no problems. Then we go out and we see the Eiffel Tower literally flipping around like, God dang it. I'm still gonna say it. Flipping around like a limp dick. And I was like, oh, that's a problem. And the repercussions of that led to Adrian knowing, oh, there's something going on. I need to transform. Because normally with like the transformations, Ladybug just shows up or Cat Noir just shows up. Like, we never really saw them interact. They just know. Even though that wasn't a problem people had, they kind of addressed it in this season where we see them call each other. We see them leave each other messages. And even though when they're in their hero forms, like Plague and Tiki don't have a way to communicate, which is sad, or maybe one could go to the other, do you think there'll be a thing? Does Waze know Adrian is Adrian? I think Waze does. But yeah, I think Waze does. So if something happens, maybe Ladybug can tell Waze, hey, go and alert Plague or Cat Noir. But Plague knows where the Kwamis are. Regardless, this season has a situation where each holder of the Miraculous, Ladybug and Cat Noir, knows when something is happening. But in Lies, it was kind of more Adrian just seeing Ladybug transform in the background, which I said, oh, he's so perceptive, which is still better than him just knowing something is going on, even though it's kind of coincidental, but it's just that kind of thing, they're yin and yang. But I love how now the show has concrete reasons of, oh, this thing happens, and then that thing happens, and then that alerts that person somewhere else. I love the consistency. We love to see growth in a show. Good job, Thomas. Oh my god, keep this up, and I might start giving you praise on a constant basis now. We might be friends. Wait, I think Plague even made a joke, something like that. He was like, yeah, that's definitely Trix. Like, he'd bet Camembert and that's who did it. And it's like, wait, why is everybody judging him? I like when Plague lets loose. Let's make that clear. And the gang of secrets are wreaking havoc. I forgot what Milen's monster was called, but they're getting more powerful for people getting afraid. Alex is getting more speed to go back in time. I think ALYA was freezing people and then Alex would use them, but Perfuma, like, we know Reflector can turn people into her, and then Perfuma can control them. So they have an army now. What was Chloe doing in this art room? And here's the thing, before in past seasons, maybe something would happen. Like, if you remember, Reverser, the one where Mark got transformed, we saw him do an artwork of, we saw him do something that revealed Chloe got the Miraculous before that episode actually came out. Season 2, I think it was, yeah. So we knew Chloe would get it, but it was kind of like a spoiler and stuff like that. But here it's like, oh, I didn't watch any previous episodes, so this is not a blindside. Something might happen in this regard that will explain why Chloe is here, because the show so far has been planting things and then revealing them later, which is good. Unlike before, where you watch an episode, something happens, you're confused, and you're like, okay, why? But you have to wait for everything to come out in order to still maybe not know what happened and then wait for a later episode. So I like that in my brain right now, I know, okay, Chloe is here. I don't know why she's here, but I think something will happen because they have to explain what Chloe is doing here. Unless they're having an actual class here, then that would explain that. But again, just blindsided me. Completely took me for a loop. So they transform them, now they have an army, and Cat Noir comes to, like, he comes out of his room. Please keep your hands off the gutter. And he's trying to call Ladybug to find out where she is. So again, they're just not knowing where the other person is. They're communicating, they're talking, they're like partners. It's like things are happening, stakes. Everything's not perfectly falling in order, which we love to see. And then Cat Noir points out something, like Ladybug says, oh, they're searching for Marinette Dupain-Cheng. And Cat Noir says, but she's like very loved and everything. Why would they go after her? And then Ladybug said, she probably had a fight with her friends, which is planting a seed in Adrian's mind that Marinette has had a fight with her friends, making him in possible future episodes want to come up and check up on her. I hope that happens. If that happens, I would actually love this season, because continuity, the show that hates things connecting to each other, is actually having things connect for like 3 seasons in a row. So then they have a game plan, kinda. And funny enough, Adrian goes after one of them, and the one he goes after actually has the akumatized object. So it's kind of like Ladybug is lucky, Cat Noir is not, but down to their core, Marinette is not lucky and Adrian is lucky. I love the duality of things. So Ladybug captures Lady Wi-Fi and tries to break through to her, saying, oh, I had a partner, her name was Rena Rouge, which she is, and she's like, you have to fight this thing, you have to break it. And Hawkmoth is like, how, you can't. And then she actually did it. My jokes at the beginning of the video aside, yes, Chloe rejected an Okuma, but nobody has ever broken the actual grasp of Okuma. Like, nobody has ever been in the oh my god, you should chill, that ran through my body. Nobody has actually was akumatized, transformed, hopped up on Hawkmoth in their head. Nobody has actually broken free and had the butterfly eject. Well, the butterfly didn't eject. She just de-akumatized herself. And Ladybug is like, that's incredible. Nobody's ever done that before. And I'm like, yeah, but even though I knew, she reveals herself to ALYA in the end. It's like, don't reveal yourself. But then it's kind of like enforcing that, hey, she can break it. So you don't even have to worry about her, like, a butterfly getting to her or anything. She can break the will of it. So even if she gets akumatized, there is still the possibility of her breaking it. And I was like, well, the only other person who knows her identity is Master Fu, and he never gets akumatized, but there's Monster Fu, which I haven't watched, so please don't spoil it for me. I'm already expecting a spoiler, so who am I kidding? Maybe I should get more moderators. There's already one who can, like, delete things on my channel, but I don't want to give people too much power. You know what happens when you give people too much power. So that aside, Monster aside, we'll wait to watch that when, I think that's episode 6. I think 4 is out right now, so we're waiting on 5, if it's not already out already. Ooh, not already out already. So ALYA breaks the grasp, and she's like, okay, I need your help. And then she just brings out the Miraculous through her, like, thing, and ALYA's like, wait, what? Because normally she has to go and get it, but I guess her Ladybug thing is connected to the box thing, or maybe she has just all the Miraculouses in here instead of the box. Who knows? She was like, yeah, it's something new since I became the Miraculous Guardian. And ALYA's like, what? I was like, does ALYA even know what a guardian is? But she knew about all that temple stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised. And Ladybug is like, I'm trusting you to keep your mouth shut. She's like, oh no, I know how to keep a secret. And I was like, Do you really? But she's a journalist. She knows like Nino's like secret and stuff like that. But Ladybug really took a risk revealing their identities to each other. Huh. They got akumatized at the end of season 2. And Hawkmoth never thought to ask them, hey, what's your real identity? Anyway, this season is more continuing things, so I'm just realized this is what happens when something good happens. You realize how bad other things were. So they're about to get Cat Noir's like ring. He's like, hey, I'm gonna stop my cataclysm. But then Perfumer's like, oh, I'm gonna control you. I was like, why didn't you do that in the first place? You're the most powerful bitch here. Like, do something useful. But they kind of like make a plan, which they need to stop doing this. Like, Rena's titties are all in my face. She's a minor. I shouldn't be looking at that particular thing. And I just saw this from a freeze frame. Apparently, I wasn't the only one who noticed the whole Marinette booty in my last video. And now we got this. And it's like, guys, they're children. Which is not to say we shouldn't have children that are looking attractive. But come on, look at this. Look at this. Everything is just a little too detailed. Put some padding, at least. Come on. So, Rena's power is used and I kind of have to eat my words because people are coming back to my old videos. If you remember, I made a video of the most useless, the most useful, and I still haven't made the most powerful miraculous superheroes. I want to say I will. I really hope I will, but you know me. My promises are what they are. So they were like, oh no, the Fox Miraculous is kind of useful. And I was like, oh yeah, here it kind of is, because the way it's being used in the past was just, oh, distraction, oh, this, but this can really be used in a tight situation, even though it's still meh. I can still see the appeal. In this case, it only works because they knew what the villain actually wanted. So there's that. And the girls just left Cat Noir, and I'm like, god damn it, Hawkmoth must have heart palpitations, like a weak heart from the amount of times he's almost gotten something for it to be taken away from him. So here we have like Ladybug saying, hey, I have a plan. Rena will fill you in on it. And I'm like, thank you again, not just them jumping into something and everybody just miraculously knowing what to do. These are just little things. Even though you don't show us Rena explaining things to Cat Noir, just saying it makes things make so much more sense. I love it. I can't give this season enough praise. I just like this part. I'm sorry. I'm gonna risk the copyright claims. No. But how'd they exit? Ladybug, Yo-Yo. Rena just jumps. I was like, excuse me? So it's like, she just jumps. I was like, how? I think it's a fox. Like, she pounced. Oh. Kind of Hawk things. So yeah, illusionary Marinette is running, and then the plan was, apparently this was a real Ladybug. I thought this was an illusion, but like when you grab the illusions, they kind of fade. All illusions fade. Oh, I'm sorry. I was pressing that key for so long. I'm apologizing to my computer. Okay. But even though it's a machine, it still has feelings to me. So they're gonna have the princess turn her so she could hand over her earrings, even though they could just grab it. You remember, I think it was season 3 or season 2 when a lot of villains were just going for the earrings, like not waiting for anything. They just went for the earrings and the rings. But now it's like things have to wait. But so many other things are so much better that I can ignore this, because I guess they don't want to just go ham on things, because every time they go ham, they have this plan that kind of counters everything. So maybe the villains are trying to be more careful. And I was surprised at the last second. It was like, oh yeah, this was a pool. I didn't even for a second think that the illusions work. My goodness. Even though we don't know what's going on, we're like in Cat Noir's head, but even Cat Noir got the plan. But we see how the illusion can be used, whereas when we know what's going on, we can think, oh, why would a villain fall for this? But here we are. We've been also tricked, kind of. And Cat Noir puts the flotation device on her, and he's so gentle, so gently, just touches it. Just like, God, my baby boy, he's so gentle with women. Wow. Again, with the butts of children. God dang it. Why couldn't you have just aged up this character? Why couldn't you have just been in college? This would have been so much easier for me. And then the flotation device was apparently used so Alex wouldn't drown, which is weird because he could have just oh, I guess maybe it's used so they don't frail around, so Cat Noir doesn't touch something he's not supposed to touch. Or again, I just feel like it's so that she wouldn't drown, but then again, that's not really necessary. Once she falls into the water, he could just touch it, grab it. I don't know. I get it, but at the same time, it's a little too dainty for my liking. I'm going gunzo. So what if people die? We're trying to save the world here. I'm so sorry. Why did my mind just go so dark? And then the butterfly just was courteous enough to come out through there. Didn't go out the other end. Didn't go out. We know this thing can go through walls. Again, little things that I'm noticing. Just nitpicking. Doesn't really ruin the episode in any way. Well, when there's so many good things going on, you can afford to notice the little things, and I just gotta see the Eiffel Tower one more time. That thing has been through so much. Even at the beginning of the episode, the thing was on fire. So they got returned to the class. We see Chloe. So again, I think it's a class, but all these girls are not here. So Marinette's class literally isn't here. So I don't think this is actually a class, and just they're just being here for the sake of being here. Maybe Sabrina had an interest and Chloe was like, oh, I want to see what it is. For a second, I was like, which one is Cat Noir? I thought this was it, but apparently Rena's outfit is more black than Chat's. His has a little tinge of green. We still have Ladybug. I think she's worrying for her friends. Wait, I'm playing things even though I said I wouldn't. She's worrying for her friends. I think at the beginning of the episode 2, Ladybug was almost too distracted to do the pound it. One day I'll end up finding out about your secret. Why are you so worried about a secret right now? Aren't you after the Miraculouses? And Trix, Rena Rouge transforms, gives back Trix. Wait, the charm was here. Trix came out of the charm when she wore it. So did you just teleport the charm and then Trix just came with it? Or when it was in motion, Trix... You know, we always had that thing of, oh, Kwamis aren't supposed to be able to move around when the Miraculous isn't being worn by a holder. But then I think we just forgot about all that when Kwamis have been able... We've been seeing them being able to move freely well within the Miracle Box, but now they're with Marinette, they're moving freely without an owner. Even though we had situations where maybe remember that episode where Adrian's ring came out and it fell down refrigerator or something. I don't know why I'm motioning my hands. You can't see me. And Plague was still there. So I guess there's a little like trickery to it. Maybe if the wielder doesn't want the thing, that's when they disappear. And the only time I think Kwame ever disappeared was when Marinette took off her earrings in the finale, second episode of the time she transformed. One of the 2 episodes, that's the only time the Kwame left, and I think we're just taking that as gospel, like, oh, if you don't wear the Miraculous, you can't see them. But again, when she's transporting it to somebody, we don't see the Kwame until they wear it. Little nitpicks. So Marinette kind of confesses to her friends that she broke up with Luca, and she can't tell herself because of something. Wait, I don't even think she told them. I'm not being able to tell how I feel to Adrian. It also made me feel bad. Yeah, she's just like, I can't date Adrian because of what happened with Luca. And I was like, can we focus on Luca just like for a second without bringing up Adrian's name? But I guess maybe it's the friend. She's like, if this happened with Luca, it'll happen with Adrian, and it'll break my heart even more if it happened with Adrian. And she's like, and I can't even tell Adrian how I feel. I like this background, just different colors for the windows. So her friends are basically like, oh, don't worry, cheer up. Whenever you're ready for a guy, we'll help you create an even more awesome plan. That's Alex. You're like, whether it's Luca, whether it's Adrian, whether it's Luca, whoever it is, whoever that you love, we will help you get them. And I was like, yes, that's the sort of friendship we want. Not trying to force her on a guy that she's already showing she's incapable of being with. And she's like, oh my god, I love you girl so much. But at least there was an apology scene. I think there are apologies in other scenes, but they're kind of like half-assed. And then at this point I was like, oh wait, there's still like a minute or 2 left. At one point, I think it was here or something, I was like, wait, what was it? Yeah, around here I was like, oh wait, there's still 16 minutes left. So I was like, oh, there's gonna be something towards the end. And if you remember, in my first truth review, I was like, they defeated the villain before the 15-minute mark. In the last video, they defeated the villain closer towards the end, and here is the same thing. So yeah, when they defeat the villain way before the end is supposed to be there, something's gonna happen. But in this case, I thought this was gonna be rushed, but it was handled so well. Like, it was building and building, and she's like, I'm your friend, whatever it is, I can help you. And she's like, yes, ALYA, I am keeping secrets. I think ALYA, even though, was like, yeah, ALYA's like, it hurts me to know I can't help you, but even though what I'm showing kind of doesn't allude to it, ALYA was actually really patient with her. She's like, I know you're hiding something, and I'll wait until you're ready to tell me, even though she looks sad about it. And Marinette's like, yeah, ALYA, wait, there is something. I'm keeping it from you. It's the reason why I broke up with Luca. And I think she said it'll also be the reason. It's because there's something I can't tell him. You know why I'm drawing a line with Adrien? You're right, I have secrets and I lie all the time. I think she was like, because it will be the same with him. And you can just see her like desperately trying to call out to her friend to help me. I need help. But she's like, I can't tell anybody. It's driving me crazy. And ALYA's like, whoa, girl, we can help you. Or I can help you. I can be there for you. She's like, I have to lie to my friends. I have to lie to my parents. There is nobody who can help me. And the whole time I'm like, speak, spit it out, even though I know what she said. So it's like the scene was just so well crafted, where it's like, oh my god, you feel your heart about to explode for this girl, because you know the severity of her revealing her secret. So you don't know, will she do it, won't she do it? Well, we do know, but in the moment it's like, okay, what's gonna happen? Oh my god, you almost can't breathe, you're almost holding your breath. And I was like, I think Marina was like, my secret is just too heavy to carry, or it's beyond us, ALYA. So she's like, yeah, me being Ladybug is bigger than me, it's bigger than you, it's bigger than all of us. And ALYA was just like, if it's too heavy, we'll be two to carry it. And I was like, oh my god, that was so sweet. It's like, yeah, even if it's bigger than all of us, bigger than you, I can help you carry it. You don't have to carry it alone. And that's just, oh my god, that was just so sweet. That was just so sweet.
Je suis Ladybug.
You could just see the look of, oh. I swear to god, I hope this video doesn't get claimed, but oh my goodness. At one point I was like, why did the Kwamis come out? But it was just, it's a lot to process. But she actually did it. She told somebody who wasn't Adrien. How dare you? But I can understand, I also not understand it. It's annoying, but I get it. People are like, oh no, shot blah, that's why she didn't tell him. And I'm like, no. He came at the beginning of the episode saying, if you need to talk, I'm here. But if we're being realistic, Ladybug doesn't know Cat Noir, really. He's her partner, yes, they trust each other, yes, but at the end of the day, she's only known Adrien and ALYA for what, a year? So I feel bad for more of her friends who've known her for multiple years, but she didn't reveal the secrets to them. But it's, I said this in my community post. I don't know if I should be happy about this or furious, because we all had that thought in our heads. The reveal is gonna be between Adrien and Marinette. Oh my god, it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be impactful. But she revealed it to someone else, and I'm like, she's right. It changes everything. I did not expect that to happen. I like a show that's willing to do something different and just go against it. Like, it's kind of subverting expectations, but the stakes are not that big, because at the end of the day, really, what is it if she told her friend? It's not the end of the world. It's just, I guess we fans had an expectation that, oh, these two will reveal themselves before anything. And I guess the show kind of hinted at if they reveal themselves to each other, bad things will happen. So now I'm only left with the idea of, will Adrien be able to reveal it to somebody? Imagine if he reveals it to Gorilla. I'm like, okay, maybe he should reveal it to Nino. But then again, a lot of people say Nino can't keep a secret to save his life, and they're kind of right. So ALYA too. Here's the thing. I believe ALYA told Nino about Marina's crush on Adrien. That's a fact. But Nino hasn't told Adrien about it yet. But Nino knows Marinette likes somebody, but maybe ALYA thought it wasn't a secret that worth keeping. So again, we have untrustworthy parties on both sides. I don't know how to feel about this reveal. Let me know what you think. I genuinely want to know what people think. Some people are like, oh, finally ALYA found out. Other people are like, ALYA always finds out everything. And I guess that kind of leads into her journalistic abilities. But it's kind of like she gets told things. She doesn't find out things. But she kind of finds out. She kind of pries. She kind of gets people's trust to confide in her, which I guess kind of puts her above just the typical best friend character who's just there to be a best friend, and people are like, oh, the black best friend or something like that. So she has more stakes in the story. If we're gonna jump sideways, I think like in Kim Possible, Monique was just there. She did stuff, but she was just there. But here I feel like ALYA is more integral to Marinette's story as a whole, now that she's told her the secret. What am I saying? Acting like I know what I'm talking about, like I'm a proper reviewer. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch Castlevania season 4 with my boyfriend. I'm gonna end this video here. If the next episode is out, I will be watching it. Keep your eyes out on my social media or my community posts. I normally like tweet or post images of the episodes, something I see. So yeah, do that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, turn on bell notifications, share the videos, do all the YouTuber stuff that people hound you about, but I won't, because really I just enjoy your company. I like that you're here. We have fun. Okay, I'm being weird. I'm gonna end the video here, folks. Thanks so much for coming to watch, and but with that being said, this is TBZ. Mwah. Signing out.